Edit program, my software program that I use to record off-the-air signals. Then I did in the same track, right after it, I did a recording from my Anon to hear if what I'm hearing from the Anon recorder accurately represents what goes over the air. Of course, what he sent me was very accurate. It's an exact duplicate of what he's getting. And what I found is it was perfect. In other words, when I make recordings of my own audio here using the built-in recorder in the Anon, and I play it back, it's an exact replica of what's going out over the air. It sounded exactly the same. There was no discernible difference, which was good because it meant that when I make my own recordings to listen to my own audio, it is an exact replica of what's going out over the air. So that was good. It was interesting, and it gave me some confidence that when I do my own recordings of my own voice and my own audio settings, it represents what's going out, and that's a good thing. That's what we want. So that turned out to be very useful, getting that recording from Doug. Back to you, Rick. WX2T from WB2RON.
Okay, Ron. Well, I don't think I'm going to be able to stay in here too much longer, maybe another 5 minutes or so. But very concise recapitulation of your experiences and the recordings and the adjustments that you've made. But like I said before, and I reiterate it, I'm looking at my little scope here, and man, you're razor sharp, 4K. No extraneous feathering, as they say. I hate to use that term, but you know what I mean. Just razor sharp, and you sound good. And I have a good ear. No audible distortion, and just a full-bodied emollient of the whole audio spectrum. So, there's nothing to worry about. So, okay, yeah, I couldn't get in here tomorrow. Last night we were in here. We went to a concert in Bristol Park. There was a guy, a great band, a tribute band, a great guy from Long Island that has done Billy Joel concerts. And this guy, we had about 5,000, I don't know, maybe more people in Bristol, Independence Park, across the bay from us here. So we went to that, and before we went to a restaurant. And this guy was great. Anyhow, that's where we were last night. And tonight, across the bay here, we will be viewing the fireworks from Bristol. And that's about it. Other than that, I have a gig on Saturday. I'm doing a private gig. Some guy I know is his house. He's over in Tiverton, and he's doing a Dixieland. So we're doing a Dixieland gig. It's only 2 hours, easy peasy thing. So that's it, and that'll be fun. And that's it, Ron. So I'll make this my last transmission. It's almost 7 o'clock. I think we better get dinner soon. Jen's got something happening. So, okay, Ron, always a pleasure. You know that. And if I don't contact you tomorrow, happy 4th. And let's see, tomorrow is Friday. No, wait a minute. What is tomorrow? Thursday. I don't know. Ron, whenever the hell I contact you again, it'll probably be more like, I don't know, maybe not until Sunday. I don't know, got so much stuff happening. Anyhow, Ron, 7-3, I always catch you, you sound great, and man, through this audio system now, you sound exemplary. WB2RON, WX2T.
Well, I want better. Okay, Rick, very good. Well, have a good weekend. I made a little note here, Sunday. By the way, you mentioned something about sending me your phone number. If you want to do that, that would be fine. You know, I'm available all the time. And put down on there what would be a good time for me to call you, day or whatever. I know it's a bad time right now with the weekend coming up, but I'm just kind of a reminder. If you wanted me to call you, I have no problem doing that. That would be fun. So, but, you know, okay, 7-3, and we'll talk to you probably on Sunday. Have a great weekend. WX2T, WB2RON is clear.
Yep. Okay, Ron. Yeah, very good. Well, actually, let's see, tomorrow was today is Wednesday, Thursday. Jeez. I actually... I may be in here tomorrow, actually, for a little bit, and I may be in here Friday.
KB2 UKA on frequency. Anyone out there?
Hey, Doug, welcome back, man. How was the trip?
Harry, it was great. We had a great time. Weather held out. It was hot, but it's Florida. It's central Florida in June, July. It was hot. Like a 105 real feels. We didn't get kicked out of pool for lightning. The storms held off. They pretty much took place in the middle of the night. I came back bronze like a Greek god.
Good deal. Good deal. How long were you gone for?
Saturday to Saturday. It was a quick flight down there. JetBlue went directly straight down. Instead of going over the, branching out over the Atlantic, was an hour and 55 minutes down there. Got my rental, got to the resort. We were in the pool by like 2 o'clock.
Very good. Sounds like you had a good old time. Whereabouts in Central Florida?
Kissimmee. We stay at a place called Orange Lake. It's a timeshare place. My in-laws own there, but we buy the nights, and I pay for it all. My Amex points usually pay for that week, and you get a 2-bedroom villa right on a golf course. Something like 25 pools, a water park, all different restaurants, all on property. It's a great place. It's a fraction of the cost of a Disney property. So then I could take that money I saved and I do VIP at Disney, where I get a tour guide. He picks me up in a car. I wait on no lines. We went to all 4 parks, Harry, in one day, and we rode something like 25 rides. No wait.
Oh, that sounds like a good deal, man. Excellent. I'm sure the kids had a blast.
Yeah, they did. I think this is their 8th time there. I think it's lost the magic, so I think we're going to do something else next. I like to go to St. Martin, but there's nothing to do there but lay it on the beach or the pool and eat. So my kids like to be lazy, so maybe we'll do that. Or maybe I'll take them to Vegas. I hear it's like for like preteens, there's like a lot of fun stuff for them to do.
Yeah. Actually, I've never been to Vegas. But that might be, good idea. Tell you the truth. Yeah, sounds good. How old are your kids?
11 and 10.
You know what you can do in Vegas is you can go to a gun range and rent all sorts of fun stuff, automatic weapons.
Well, there's a place in Orlando called Machine Gun USA. And my wife, I don't know if they'll let kids that young shoot them, but we were going to go. But yeah, I definitely want to go to that place. I think you could drive friggin' tanks there, too.
Oh, no kidding. Oh, boy. How come I've never heard of that place?
Oh, yeah. Look it up. Look it up on the internet. Hold on. Let's see. Machine Gun USA Orlando. Oh, Machine Gun America. Yep, that's what it's called. Oh, boy. I'm looking at it now, what they let you do.
Looking it up now. Machine Gun USA, you said?
Put in Machine Gun America, Orlando. Holy crap. Look at the menu of the stuff you could do once you get there. Yep, and they have something called Tank America, which is through them. You book your tank experience. Oh, that is cool.
Now that you mention it, I'm thinking about it. I kind of remember somewhere where you can drive tanks, and that must be the place. Boy, there's a young lady here with a big smile on her face.
Oh, yeah. Okay. You could shoot the Knights Armament KS-1, the KAR-15, the HKG-36, Sig Sauer MPX, AR-10, Thompson Tommy gun. Oh, wow. Click on range arsenal and then go to machine guns. What else do they have in here? Do they have a Gatling gun? No, they don't. Oh, wow. PPS-43. Oh, this is something.
A Gatling gun, man. Could you imagine? That's the one with the big crank, right?
Yeah, it's like 8 barrels and it spins.
Yeah, that would be a blast. I would, even if they had that, it would probably cost an arm and a leg to operate that thing. But that would be a blast.
They use that thing in Nam. It would take trees down.
Oh, I'd imagine that.
Remember in, I think he's got it in Predator, when they're all in the Predator 1, and then in Terminator 2, when he's in the Skynet building shooting at the cops, Schwarzenegger's got one.
Yeah, but I don't think I ever saw the Terminator 2.
Oh, that's a great movie, Harry. It's better than the first one.
Trying to think. Maybe I just can't remember, to tell you the truth, Doug.
Yeah, so we had a good week. Flew back. We got home Saturday night. And now here I am off till Monday. I I didn't even realize. I went to work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and the market's closed tomorrow, so I'm staying home. And no one does anything on Friday, so I'm staying home. I'll be back on Monday.
Good deal, good deal. Well, I thought, that's your operation, or you work for somebody?
No, it's mine. It's mine. I own a financial advisory / planning firm. And I've got a business partner, so we're 50-50, so I own half of it. And then we've got about 10 advisors that work there. We all work together, sort of, but everybody also has their own business. But yeah, that's what we got going on. We're right in Huntington Village, right next to the Paramount.
Yeah, I haven't been up that way in a long time. Well, I was in Huntington Station a couple months ago, looking at a vehicle, but Huntington Village, can't remember the last time I was there.
Yep, well, I grew up there, and I'm there every day. So listen to this. So I got the test kit that you told me to get for the pool. The CYA was off the charts, okay? I stopped putting chlorine in the pool. I didn't want to empty it. I stopped putting chlorine in. The chlorine was like half a part per million before I went to Florida. And I put this damn CYA sponge in the skimmer. And it got mixed reviews online. Some people said it worked. Some people said it didn't work. So the instructions say you need to have less than 2 parts per million chlorine for this to work. So I set up a couple of days before I went away. I stopped putting chlorine in. It was real hot, so what was left in there got eaten up very quickly. And I put the damn sponge in there. Saturday night when I got home, I had 0 chlorine, and my CYA was 20. The damn thing worked. My pool was not green. My alkalinity and the pH were all normal. So I just slowly added chlorine back, and now all the levels are perfect.
Excellent. Yeah, be careful, not to dump too much liquid chlorine in there at one time. Otherwise, you get the heavy metals and all of that stuff. I think we went over this once before.
We did, but that test kit, and I forgot I think you said Taylor, whatever brand you said to get, I got. That thing is hardcore, okay? But when I did the test for the CYA, you do 7 mLs of pool water, 7 mLs of the reactant, whatever that is. And it says start dripping it in until you can't see the black dot. Harry, I couldn't see the black dot after like 7 drops. So I was like, uh-oh. It must have been north of 250.
Yeah, that's high. Yeah. That's going to cause all sorts of problems for you when the CYA is that high. So, well, I'm glad you got that under control, and before you know it, you'll be a pool water chemistry expert.
Well, yeah. I test it once a week now. I'm going to test it once a week with that Taylor kit, and then every morning I still go out there with. Allegedly, they're very good strips, but they kind of match what Taylor is saying. They're probably a little off, right? Like, you don't get an exact number. But the colors kind of match. So that tells me if anything's really crazy out of whack. But yeah, it's fine. It's fine. And I should be having a pretty nice liquidity event come September. And if that happens, I think this spring I'm going to do what you suggested. I'm going to redo the patio. I'll have them pull the patio up, redo the plumbing, and then maybe I'll have you come out here. You could take a look at it. You could give me some pointers on where to put the skimmers and all that and what you said. And my wife likes the idea of filling in the deep end a little bit.
Yeah, I think that would be a good maneuver, And yeah, I wouldn't mind coming up there to take care of that. Take a look at it for you and give you some pointers. Yeah, the deep end was a thing for the longest time, but it's like things change, and people are getting more use out of the pool when they, it's not so deep, and especially if you entertain, if you have a lot of kids, kids tend to swim all over the place, but this one guy that was a customer of mine, he had a 20 by 40, and he entertained a lot of people, and he said they stand around and they drinking wine in the pool and all of that. So just having that deep end, the shallow end, just wasn't enough room. Plus, he had a poured concrete bench the whole length of the wall on the shallow end that took up some space, and that turned the corner into a stairway going up and out of the pool, and then a short run, maybe I think it was 8 or 10 feet towards the deep end, also as a bench. So there's a lot of places to sit down, which ate up the shallow end before the break there. So we actually we made it 3 levels. So you had the shallow end, and it dropped down a foot, I think it was, and then in the far end, which I'll call a deep end for intents and purposes, he just made a narrow area that was, like 6.5 feet or so, 7 feet, just enough room so his wife could tread water there, But he loved it, man. And we had Loop Lock come in because of that poured concrete bench. We had Loop Lock come in and, I should say I had him come in and measure it all up because. The form bowed out a little bit when they poured the concrete into it, and I'd rather put the onus on the company that's making the liner. If they have a crew that'll come out and measure it, it was certainly worth the $200, and I'm not paying for that anyway. The customer is, but it just guarantees that the job comes out almost perfect, and if there is any problem, as I said, it falls back on the company that measured it. W2QAQ.
Well, yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So if I'm ripping up this patio and I'm ripping up and I'm replacing and changing the plumbing, at that juncture, I could also have an in-ground hot tub put on the edge of the pool, couldn't I?
Absolutely, yeah. And I would do a separate system for that.
Okay, so I have no problem not heating my pool. Okay, the water temperature right now, even though it's been cool out these last few evenings, is still 83 degrees. Okay, the week I was in Florida, it got up to 87. It was very hot here. And I was swimming today after work, and it feels great. So I don't have to heat the pool even if I put a jacuzzi because it's a separate system, correct?
Yeah, you'd want to get a totally separate system with a pump, its own. You'd probably want to go with a cartridge filter in that and your own heater for that. And then it's totally isolated from the swimming pool. Sometimes, like in a gunite, I had a customer on the ocean. He spent $250,000 on a gunite pool and hot tub combination, but it was a shared system, and he didn't realize what he was getting. And one of the reasons why it cost him $250,000 is they built it all up on green heart pilings up 8 feet out of the air, and that was something to look at when you got underneath the deck. And you know, they would leave the system in the spa mode, and the pool would turn green. And you know, he said to me, "Is there any way to change that?" I said, "Yeah, I could break it apart for you. You know, you're gonna need another heater, another pump, and all that." And the guy had the money for that. That wasn't a question. I said, but the way the whole deck underneath was configured for the equipment, because that had to be raised up off the grade. It's a floodplain down there. I said it's going to be pretty freaking expensive to do that. So he says, well, let me think about it and get back to you. And then I decided to sell my business, and between that time and when he got back to me, which was never, because I retired and sold the business. But I would definitely go with a dual system, two separate pumps and filters and the whole works.
Yeah, that seems a lot more manageable, because I'm sure maintaining chemicals because then you're maintaining chemicals in one system, right? If it's combined?
Yeah, pretty much. They have, when it's combined, a shared system, and say that you can have the hot tub on the side with it overspill into the pool. Then there's valves, automated valves that divert the water. When you're not using the spa, they pump a little bit more water into the spa, so it overflows and dumps into the pool, and all the water mixes. But when you put it in the spa mode, the valve, the actuator changes, so all the water in the spa stays isolated and heated, so you don't lose the heated water. If you're switching that thing back and forth manually and you forget it, you just don't realize that you have to switch it back to the pool spa mode, then your pool turns green.
Yeah, separate is that sounds what I would do. All right, cool. All right, awesome. Awesome. Well, here's the last question then. So also, if it's separate, well, I can keep the spa open in the winter but have the pool closed.
Correct.
Yeah, that's what I would want. Be nothing like stepping into 115 degree water in the middle of January. That'd be beautiful.
Yeah, 104 degree maximum. Otherwise, you're going to hard boil yourself.
All right, there we go. 104. Perfect.
And if you're over 50 years old, which I don't think you are, you should really, consult a doctor before you go into, spas and hot tubs, whatever you want to call them.
Yeah, they raise blood pressure, right?
Honestly, I'm not sure what it does. I just know that it does have an effect on the circulatory system. So, that's the 50 years old is a magic number. Yeah, I would never say that to anybody, any of my customers. But, you as a friend, I would just, mention it to you.
Yeah, I get checked up. I take a 105 degree steam shower every morning. I got one of those steam units. I lock myself in there for 10 minutes and sweat out the poison from the night before.
Yeah. That's I'm sure that's okay. But when you immerse your entire body up to your neck, I think it's a whole different ball game.
Yeah, I'm sure it is, and I think it's what I said. I think it raises blood pressure. So if you've already got high blood pressure, you don't want to stroke out in the hot tub.
Yeah, come to think of it, I had another customer, nicest guy in the world, man. He retired ranking cop from the city, Irish guy, and they loved their hot tub. It was built into the deck, and I met them because I repaired it originally, and there were years where we used to take care of spas, hot tubs, and then I just decided to get away from all of that. But he came out here, and I don't know the whole story, but I kind of think that he used a hot tub, and shortly after that he had a massive. So I'm not 100% sure, but I kind of had that feeling that that's what happened to the poor guy.
Oh, that sucks. Yeah. Well, like anything, you got to be careful with anything you do to your body. And you're right. You're sitting in a cauldron. That's what you're doing. So you got to be careful. KB2 UKA. Every few minutes, I'm not sure if you're aware of this, you get a massive IMD, and then it clears itself up.
Oh, I do, yeah. I haven't been running Pure Signal, so that's interesting.
Yeah, you'll look like a Christmas tree on the pan adapter, and then it'll clear itself up, and then it'll come back, and then it'll clear itself up. So it looks like it's trying to correct.
That's an interesting piece of information. Very, very good. Thank you for that.
Oh, you're welcome. No problem. But you sound great. And yeah, everything's good here. Doing nothing tomorrow. Just gonna sit around the pool. No one's coming here. We're gonna go watch fireworks at a local park at probably 9 o'clock. And then that's it. That's it. My son's got his baseball picnic on Sunday, so we'll all go to that. And yeah, hopefully we have good weather.
Yeah, we went over to Stonington, Connecticut today for lunch, and my wife and I and a couple of friends, and the waitresses were super nice, and she asked us, "What are you doing for tomorrow for the holiday?" And I looked at her, I said, "Staying home and hiding."
Yeah, that's it. That's it. I don't plan on doing anything. Nothing at all, Harry. All right, I'm going to run upstairs for a little bit. I should be back, but if not, have a happy 4th. I'll be on parts of the day tomorrow, definitely in the morning. KB2 UKA going clear for a few minutes. I should be back though, Harry. Take care.
All right, Doug, I'm sending you a text. I'm going to just finish it up in a moment here, so check your text, and it'll tell you about the Pure Signal situation.
Oh, okay. Interesting. Yep. I'll look forward to reading it. And I'll reply to you. All right. 73, Harry. KB2 UK clear.
All right, Doug. Pleasure speaking with you. Good Q's. W2QA.
All right, YouTube world. Happy 4th of July. Take care.